Hi friends, so I'm going to go over the four parts of a landscape. There are four parts. The first is always at the bottom of the page and it's called the foreground. Okay, you can remember this because foreground is always in the front. Everything that's in the front is in the foreground, so that's a way you can remember it. Some artists decide to not put anything in the foreground. Some artists try to emphasize the foreground. So it's really depending on what your style is. Next is the middle ground. It's always in the middle. So that's an easy way to remember it. Middle ground's always in the middle. And again, you can have a really interesting middle ground, or you can decide to not put anything in the middle ground. Lastly is the background. You can remember this because it's all the way in the back of the picture. Okay, so for example, the mountain is all the way in the back. It's the last thing in the landscape. And then finally, the horizon line. The horizon line is not necessarily a straight line. It's always where the ground touches the sky or the land touches the sky. So for this picture, the horizon line is not straight. It is bumpy because it's the top of the mountain. That's where the land meets the sky. Okay, so again, the four parts of the landscape are the foreground. It's always at the bottom of the page because it's all the way in the front. The middle ground, it's always in the middle of the page because it's in the middle. And the background's all the way at the top because it's all the way in the back of the picture. And lastly, the horizon line. The horizon line always follows the line where the land meets the sky. It's not always straight.